you. Okay, and we're back. Let's see what we can get up to today. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Oh, it might be a quiet Wednesday. If I stop drawing rugby halfway through, he looks ridiculous. Let's see if we can get the color pencil thing set up. Start a poll. Okay, here we go. There we go. Up that in there. Then we'll finish up this rugby drawing. Give everybody a little bit of time to jump in. Oliver, welcome in. Hello. Doing well today. Monica, hello. Welcome in. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Good start to the week. Yeah, you're welcome to post your request. We'll add it to the list. I think we drew that last week. Pretty sure I drew that last week. Unless you would just want to suggest it again. Unless I do another random top hat guy with the cane. The guy with sideburns. Oh, he's clean shaven. Okay, so maybe it is different. Well, I'll put it on the list for you. Virtual, hello, welcome in.
Hello.
Druid, welcome.
Thank you.
Let's see. Uh-oh. Discord is not. Hold on a second. Boop. No, okay, Discord's working. We're good. Pretzel's just really quiet today. How are you doing today?
Pretty good.
Thanks again for drawing in the Discord while I was away. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah.
Seem to enjoy it.
I had fun. I've been having a admittedly good about week and a half of drawing.
That's good. I feel like it always goes a little better when you can be consistent with it. So. More drawing always makes me feel more comfortable drawing, so Let's go. I'm not sure if it was already drawn. I should go check. Go ahead and do that. I put it on the list already, Oliver, but if it has already been drawn, I'd rather we draw something else. I might start writing down the suggestions on the page and then timestamping it. So we don't get confused. Got some giant rugby ears here. For those of you just jumping in, it is Wednesday. It is the viewer suggestion. Have a D&D character. Have drawn. Let us know. Put it on the list. If the Dice Gods decided we should draw it, we will draw it. That's how we go.
Every time you draw rugby, his ears become a little bit more expressive in the way the Gumball cartoon was really expressive with cat ears.
I should watch that. I have not watched Gumball yet. Saw a little bit on vacation once, and Jump Rope was like, "This is too annoying for me," and I was like, "That's fair."
Yeah, no, I get it. It's a lot. In some ways, it felt to me like it was trying to be Rocco's Modern Life, but for
I can see that.
For a younger audience, or for a more internet themed audience, or internet savvy audience.
Thumbnail of the stream is the Beetlefolk Paladin. Yeah, the Beetlefolk Paladin was a cool idea. I like that.
Yeah. I love Beetlefolk. I know Corvus is really excited about the new insectoid player race for 2nd edition Pathfinder that's coming out, I don't know, soonish.
Are they adding that with Starfinder stuff, or is that just adding it separately for 2nd edition?
I'm not 100% sure.
That would be cool.
I think, yeah. We'll ask Corbus if he shows up, but I know he was really excited about that. The art for it looks awesome, but also the lore makes it seem like it's based on cicadas, which I'm not opposed to, but I would have gone with beetles.
Well, that means more common rider characters. Cicadas are terrifying. I don't know what I've done to this rugby, but it's a thing. Gumball in the earlier seasons is fairly tame, but the later season goes off the walls crazy. That doesn't surprise me.
Look, as soon as they started breaking the fourth wall in, like, I think it was season 2 or 3, like at the later end of season 2, start of season 3, things just yeah, things got wild in the way Deadpool gets wild. Because they set a precedent that nothing matters.
Yeah, that was kind of the weird thing with Rick and Morty too, because they essentially in canon have tons of different Ricks and Mortys, to the point where you're never really sure when you start the show, like which group of Rick and Mortys are we watching, which is really confusing sometimes. Every single episode could be a canonical event, or it might not be. Morbid, welcome in. Yeah, you're able to request. We are doing the super chat Frog Timber as well. So if people become members or give super chats, I will draw them a quick frog sketch for the rules.
And I haven't thought at all about what I'm going to do for my warm-up. Definitely need to get out of render mode and into fast mode. Less painty, more sketchy.
Yeah, same. The only thing I've been working on recently is the one of my commissions. So I've just been painting it over and over again.
Mm.
I feel like I've not sketched enough recently.
How's your eye doing this week?
Eye's doing better. It's week 2. So whatever week 2 means of 6 months.
I assume it means we're past the point where rapid improvement happens and into the point of slow progress.
Yep. I think that is accurate. I forgot to take my eye drops, so I'm going to do that right now. Because today is the last day for it. One sec.
It's been a little while. I'll do a myconid. A little squart myconid.
I think I'm out of the danger zone of random eye infections or something. So
That's good.
Gonna be off antibiotics today for that. So hopefully now it's just heal time. And things will get better. I should say after the surgery, I'm no longer having like weird eye headaches, so that's nice.
Mm.
So that's an improvement. Now it's just a matter of my blurry. Which, to be fair, they did remove a lot of like skin from my eye, so that's fine. That's totally fine. I think that's reasonable. This is a weird lopsided rugby.
Yeah, he's pretty crooked.
Pretty crooked. Maybe my desk is all kind of screwed up. Hold on. The important thing is that I'm catching that he's crooked, which means that I can see, so that's good.
Mm.
Let's do some of this. It is almost October. We need to figure out if we want to do anything special for October. We should do like a Halloween costume contest or something. Best rugby costume wins. But I don't know what that would be. Maybe I should just make the rugby plushie for Christmas. It might be too late for that, honestly.
Yeah, if you start doing that now, it's gonna be ready for Christmas, not Halloween.
We should do a rugby Halloween sticker though again. We've done like pumpkin stickers in the past, but I usually print those off myself. Maybe I'll put up a poll. People can suggest a sticker, like art print, or I don't know what else we'd do. Got my truck fixed, which is great. Can now drive it again.
That's
Turns out
good.
it was indeed a death trap. Some of the brakes were all jacked up. That's good. It's good that we got that taken care of.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not in chat. I should probably do that. Hold on a second. There we go. Oh, just mad monkeys. That's all I see. That's good.
Yeah.
Western Justice, hello. Is it the viewer suggestion? It is. It is still the viewer suggestion today. We did a little bit of a weird thing with... well, if you know, you know. That's what I'll say. I think a lot of people didn't notice. I think a lot of people took Frog Timber as I should suggest frog characters, because there's a lot of frog characters today. I'll put it that way. But you know what? That's okay. I'll draw some frogs. Draw cyberpunk rugby here. Mad Monkeys. Mad Monkeys looks like a great spell.
It's a lot of fun. Assuming it works.
Yeah, I don't suspect a swarm of monkeys would handle a fireball very well. Why do shroom folk just look so comfy? It's gotta be that, like, cottage.
Yeah.
Cottage core.
Yeah.
Mushrooms all over the place.
It's part of the aesthetic. They're kind of built into them.
My head is also a house.
My neck has to be really strong. Because look at the hat.
Alright, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it and start the first sketch today. I think I warmed up enough. I'd like to add a female shifter soul knife rogue with a human head and torso, and the rest werefox ancestry. You're good. It is really raining today. It's bananas. So a person with fox feet is essentially what I'm getting on that one. We will add that to the list. Paste. There we go. Now I think I'm ready. I think I'm gonna roll the dice. Let's get started. Wait, so a human fox with limbs and tail. Yeah, it seems like it's just fox, limbs, and tail. Which is what the shifter the shifter class is supposed to do. Which I kind of do. You can eventually get the bite attack too, but Prince cursed to be a human by an evil hag. What was he before? Looking for his true love to kiss to break his curse. So was it a frog that got turned into a human? More information is needed.
Trope reversal. I love it.
Oops. Oh no, what did I just do? Control Z? Okay, good. I don't know what I just did. Whatever. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna start doing this, I think. I'm gonna go. Maybe frog? Maybe forge. Shifters have lycanthrope ancestors. Yeah. A mushroom being drawn, so I sent my own mushroom into the quest for shits and giggles because mushrooms are fun. Did you post it on the... Like, is that already on the list, or did you just add it to the list? Because if you just added it to the list, I don't have it. I hate the canon look for shifter form. I don't remember what that is. I honestly didn't look at it too close, so... What do they look like? Yeah, Tristan, if you have a suggestion, you can. When did you put it on the list? If it was less than an hour ago, I don't have it. Made the list right before starting.
It looks like they put it in the drawing requests.
Oh, did you put it on the Discord?
Yeah.
Gotcha. That is
if we're streaming, the best thing to get your request into the drawing is to just type it in the YouTube chat.
Yeah. You just start posting my art so the normal art chat as I've been drawing more. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, the drawing quest in the Discord is for basically giving people inspiration for if they want to draw stuff. So, if you want me to copy and paste, I can probably copy and paste it this time.
I have occasionally used it to ask for a drawing prompt.
I've been told that the r/character drawing is no longer John Oliver stuff, so I might have to go back and give that a try. I'm gonna make this guy look as much like a bullfrog as I can. That is my plan.
I just learned about a type of frog called a monkey frog.
A monkey frog?
Yeah. They do just look like a tree frog. Apparently they have like glands that produce a waxy substance. Okay. So that they smear all over their bodies instead of, like where most frogs or toads have venom glands behind their eyes. This instead produces like a waxy oil that they rub all over themselves to help them retain more water, and so they can stand a lot more arid environments than most proper frogs, which was pretty cool.
I assume you're talking about the lycanthropes here, the shifters. Just a hairy person, nothing animal about them. I would prefer that they made them lycanthropes light. No curse, no immunities, just lycanthropes. Form of intrigue. Yeah, I mean, the shifters was basically a way to mechanically give your characters shifter powers without being cursed. Which I'm not a big fan. I like that people get cursed. But I think it's a good compromise. So I would assume, and I think it'll work better with the ancestries instead of classes. Like it'd basically be like a dedication feat now. So anything you have already can just start taking those to get like a werewolf claw. So I like that. I think that's a good middle ground. But the original design, you're right, is kind of boring.
More complaining.
I really like that they can. The interesting thing about it is like the chimera effect of it, where you can have like bear claws and scorpion tail. I think that's interesting. Elven hair, hello, hello. Waxy monkey frog, tree frog. It does look a little bit like a monkey. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, they got kind of monkey faces.
Kind of monkey faces. Yeah, I honestly need to draw the dark elves for my D&D campaign. They take heavy Dumner? Oh, from Elder Scrolls? Got it. Okay. Yeah. I'm not sure I've done this justice for what I wanted to do. This is not a good.
Does look extra derp.
Yeah. Weird. What's weird? The frog?
Yeah.
Okay. So close to buying Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3 is fun. A swole shroom.
Yeah, that's just because I am in the habit of drawing way too many muscles.
What could make this guy look more like a frog? I mean, the beard kind of makes him not frog-like, but I refuse to get rid of the beard, so. I could give him, like, Kermit eyes.
Frogs have really long pelvises, so if you make like the lower part of his torso kind of shaped like high-waisted pants, that might help.
give him like really, really long legs. Yeah, that looks froggish. What does Mr. Toad look like? I should just draw Mr. Toad.
What does Mr. Toad look like? That's a Disney IP that I never really was familiar with.
It's just kind of tacked on to the Wind in the Willows. Or, I mean, it is the Wind in the... Sorry. The Headless Horseman. I don't know if Mr. Toad would be as popular by himself. It's kind of a weird story. Because it's like, rich guy is asshole. End of story. Like, that's all. Nothing great happens with it. But maybe
That's a interesting stance for Disney to have taken.
Mm-hmm. Rich eccentric frog gets obsessed with owning car. Steals car. That's the whole story.
I see.
Yeah, I forgot about the WB frog. Yeah, I should just draw him. I feel like a toad would fit better with a beard. Probably. A moss beard, perhaps. Draw a moss beard, just like really scraggly. Make it a little darker. See if that does anything. Yeah, I just don't fully comprehend the Mr. Toad. It's fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. I don't fully understand the. There's usually a story or a moral thing to it. I don't get it. Then again, the Headless Horseman is also not great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, once again, like the movie, story doesn't make a lot of sense.
Pretty much the entirety of my exposure to the Headless Horseman was like, it was something that my second grade teacher put on once around Halloween time when, I don't know, maybe lesson plans fell through. Maybe she was too tired to teach that day. I don't know, like, I'm not exactly sure what happened. But we were to be kept occupied, and there was not a lot of learning happening that day.
Excuse me. Sorry, Skip Cat. I didn't mean to sneeze on you. He's okay. Have you ever seen moss balls for aquariums? I haven't seen those. Yeah. It's time for skeleton movies? Yeah. I never know if I should watch Nightmare Before Christmas at Halloween or at Christmas. I feel like it's a good time to watch, watch it Halloween night.
Yeah, I think so. It feels like a transitional sort of film to me. Not really one of my favorites, though.
I like it.
I really dig the art style. Not a fan of the story.
Yeah. Isn't the Headless Horseman original source material just a prank that a jock pulls on Ichabod? Yeah, like Ichabod shows up and is just kind of like scoping out, trying to find a wife to take care of him so he can be lazy. And a guy runs him out of town, and he just moves into a different town. It's a strange story. I don't fully understand it. So, like, as written, very strange stories. Interesting to
I thought
look
it was
at.
just the Disney version, though.
Yeah, because I don't know. In the what's the source material say?
The source material is like from the 1800s. Was a book or short story, really.
Yeah. Does Ichabod get eaten?
I think he just gets killed.
Straight up dead, huh?
There's no moral to it. It's literally just a folktale.
Okay. I can live with that.
What was his name? Washington Irving, the guy who invented the Paul Revere myth.
He just loved putting people on horses, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. He was trying to like make a, I guess, give him early America like some folk tales and heroes to look up to.
So he stole a German, or the not German. I guess the Doulahan was from Irish folklore. I think.
Yeah. I think he was like his family was from Ireland.
Okay.
So it was probably stories he heard that he just like it's like ripped off the name, slapped the evil Hessians on them because we didn't like the Hessians.
Should I give him a hat? I guess if he's a prince, I should give him a crown. Would a prince have a crown? I think they would.
Yeah, it's just not supposed to be as grand as the king's crown, right?
Wind in the Willow book goes along the lines of, I know my friend is rich and an idiot, but if we stick with him and help him, once he hits his lows, he'll learn his lesson. Oh, okay.
To be emotional support poor.
My D&D campaign was very fun as I had a lot of races available to my players. It was mostly tieflings, humans, and elves and halflings. Yeah, that's usually how it goes. Moss balls, interesting.
Yeah, it's a type of algae.
Dang it, my nose is running.
Fall allergy season, or
Yeah.
do you think the rain is stirring something up?
Both. It's just like everything gets wet and kind of musky and just makes my nose itch and run.
Oh yeah, yeah. 'Tis the season for mildew.
I've been lighting a fire though, which helps, I think.
I assume the cats like that too.
Yeah. Pixel is unconsolable because it's just so rainy. Just can't be helped. All right, there is my frog prince. I wanted to make his legs a little more bold-legged.
So looking more into Headless Horseman stuff, the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, Ichabod Crane was actually kind of the villain.
Yeah.
You're not meant to sympathize with him. Only reason he was interested in the girl was so he could own the town and be rich.
She was rich, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was the only heir to the fantastical family, and kind of the local hero, Brom Bones, tried to run him off, but he wouldn't accept a duel. So he prayed, dressed up as the Headless Horseman to basically get him out of town, so he could marry Katrina.
Yep. Super weird.
So the story is Jock Bully runs incel out of town?
I suppose so, yeah. I
It's
don't know if he was a
Irving. He
jock.
doesn't write
was
good
just a
stories, period. Sorry. He was a terrible writer.
We'll call him a Gaston looking motherfucker. How's that?
This That's kind of what he looks like.
Yeah.
In the cartoon.
He's like a precursor to Gaston. I didn't know Kobad was the villain. Yeah.
Yeah, he's an incel. The villain. He's like an unsympathetic protagonist.
Okay, we're gonna go with like a light green. I feel like I could have made this guy look way more frog-like, but then he would just be a frog. I feel like all frogs need bubbles.
Yeah, agreed.
I'm here for smooches.
So if we disregard the gross American bastardization that is the Headless Horseman, what's like the original Dillahan myth like? Because that's one I haven't actually looked into.
I think it was a greed thing.
It doesn't really have a origin. Like,
It's
it's
just an
all
evil
over
thing,
Ireland,
right?
so it's. I
So
guess you could
it's-
call it evil. It's like a cycle pump. If you
Okay.
see it, there's like different versions of it. There's one where it's just a lone rider on horseback without a head with a spine whip.
Right.
One version is it's a woman in a carriage who will douse you in blood as they drive by.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a lot of different ones. There's not like a fixed story of it. It's like a banshee. There's a bunch of different versions and tellings of it.
Yeah. Or an Earl King. So not like, not a specific story, but like a folktale of an entity that is probably malicious.
Yeah.
I
I think you
can't
don't
remember
want
if
to
they're-
run into one.
Yeah, I think they have a weakness to gold, right?
Uh,
I can't remember if you were supposed to throw gold at them or. It
can
seems
be
like
run away by wearing a gold piece or putting one in their path. So yeah.
if you're having a bad
Go-
day, you just dress up like the Headless Horseman and chase rich people out of town until they throw money at you.
Sounds good to me.
Suppose one of the members of my
That's
campaign went
I
outside the
remember.
box with his character was an Earth Golem. That's pretty fun. Made via similar methods to Alphonse's Full Metal Alchemist. I've seen that. I've seen that one play out. It's pretty good. Just say the magic incantation can be hidden from the Frog Lord. I had my kobold character, Squeak. Squeak's a good name. Okay, there's our Frog Prince. I think that was pretty good.
And I got my mushroom
Got your mushy boy done.
done.
I like your incorporation of multiple colors, like just the very light.
Thanks, yeah.
addition.
I figured I could combine a highlight layer and a little bit of extra color.
Mm-hmm.
It does not usually work out, but it did this time. I keep trying it anyway. Anyway. Maybe I will figure out a methodology that makes it work consistently. Eventually.
Yeah, it's looking good so far. All right, I'm gonna roll some dice. Looks like we're doing blue again, which is totally fine. I'm gonna try to go smaller on the pin this time. I rolled a 6 again. That's very weird.
What am I rolling?
D20.
D20.
I'm doing a
Okay.
vine leshy. It wears a wooden mask. It's lanky, but well built. Wooden body. It's starving. Okay. Size medium humanoid shape. Got it. Wooden leshy with a mask. I dig it.
Awesome. I rolled a 4.
A grung wizard based on pig-nosed frog. And then I have the scientific name.
Okay. Well, I'll just look at pig-nosed frog, because that's what Google's gonna...
Acicabactus? That would make sense. Pig nose. Okay. Sahadrinus.
I hate it.
Yeah. Wait, you hate the picture or you hate the name?
No, I hate the frog.
Okay.
It's mm-mm. Too many things are just too freaky about it.
What prompts are you using? Hello. Gee, hello. So essentially, throughout the week, I collect suggestions from people from the community. So we have a community post where people can suggest things. And now, if you have not posted one of that yet, you're welcome to add one to the list just by typing in chat.
Yep.
Leshy.
And only one suggestion per week.
Yeah, one per week. Dum, 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 dum.
Okay, so a pig-nosed frog looks like a morbidly obese, snot-covered mole.
Okay.
Yeah. They're also kind of like weird purplish brown. I don't like it.
I had a random prompt generator. Nope, we're taking them from the community. Yeah. We let people. Ooh, what am I gonna do for Leshy though? I want to just draw a Majora's Mask. Skull Kid isn't really a Leshy though. Like they kind of are.
They have got more in common with Attic Whisperers
Yeah.
than Leshies, though. They are undead children.
The custom D&G generator is the community. Got it. Yep. That's it. If I make a Leshy with a wooden mask, he's essentially a werewolf.
Be a gourd. Leshy.
Yeah. What do
You
gourd
know, they
Leshies have?
specifically said vine leshy. Yeah, gourd leshies can have like, they showed one that had like a little jack-o'-lantern head.
Nice.
One was like a little dried gourd. Little face could into it.
Okay, that makes sense. That's Steve. Hello,
Yeah.
welcome in. And that makes sense because the gourd would just be the whatever they're wearing on their head.
Mm-hmm. They get a bonus to hiding objects into their head and
That's
concealing
pretty
them.
That is pretty great. I did get to use the coat pistol finally
Yay!
for its intended purpose. We got taken into a pirate camp. And I gave them all of my weapons except for my coat pistol. And I got to shoot the lead pirate with it. It was pretty great. It did like 4 damage, so I was like, whatever. But
Okay, you didn't get a crit on it then.
no.
I'll say if you critted, I think it has like deadly D8 or deadly D6.
Yeah,
Probably D6.
I think so. And I the other problem is with the investigator, like you only get your bonuses if you get the it's not commanding presence. What the hell's it called?
Device stratagem.
Device stratagem, yeah. So because I was doing it as a surprise round, I just drew the pistol and shot. I didn't get any of that. So it was like,
Oh.
So it was a really weak shot, but I was like, whatever. It was good for the effect. Let me see what's going on here in chat.
Oh, I was wrong. They get fatal D8.
Nice. Wait, what's the difference between fatal?
I think it upgrades the D4 to a D8.
D8? Okay, that's pretty cool.
Or you add D8s to it.
I'll look that up.
See here.
You do something with designs once they are complete. Like, do they serve an RP community section? Yeah, we have the Discord and Draw. It's where we post all of them in the Discord. So there's just a little channel that we put up there. People can use them for their games and whatnot. You're looking for a weird frog, but I'd say the ventilated glass frog. Glass frogs are really strange. They're very, very tiny. Rook and Company. Do you often donate to Kickstarters, third-party projects for tabletop RPGs, or save your money and just go with more source material? That's tough. That is tough.
I have 0 disposable income, so
Yeah.
I don't, unfortunately.
So yeah, the books I get are usually specifically for something and are either like gifted to me or because I want to use them for a video. So I'm very selective about the things I buy. With third-party content, I have occasionally, like, I have a few modules and stuff that I'll buy, and I think like one of my party members also buys those, and we use those for like the Foundry and stuff. But yeah, like a lot of the Pathfinder stuff is open sourced, which I'm a big fan of. So when it comes to buying books, I usually wait until they're cheaper or I find them like secondhand. So yeah. I guess I would say I go more for the source material just because I want the art. That's usually what I buy them for.
Yeah.
But I have, and that's the other thing. When I do donate to Kickstarters, it's usually for artists and small projects like that, like people selling art books and vines and stuff. Zines, not vines.
We do have a person that we play with who does buy a lot of third-party stuff and shares with us. So
yeah,
we're a pretty big community between my friends and I. Like, we all take turns buying books and stuff. So it really just depends on what you want. So if you want a custom thing that's not in the books, then we buy that. So we go for it. I guess I don't have a hard and fast rule. Elvin here, sorry. It's just whatever strikes my fancy, but I'm pretty selective about the books I buy. This is a strong bird frog thing. It does look like a tiny bird. Looks like a buff bird.
So what Fatal does, so instead of rolling a D4, you roll a D8, and because it's fail, you add another D8, so you roll 2 D8s.
Nice. Okay.
So
that's cool. I like that. That's a good system.
Yep. So I guess the reason it probably has that is like if you manage to get a crit, and it's like, oh, they didn't see it coming, you shoot them in a very hard place or sensitive place.
Yeah. That's kind of the weird thing with the old system of the touch AC. Like, it made the gunslinger really powerful. It was like almost impossible to miss people. But yeah. supposed to be really gangly, I think. Leshies are weird because they're vines, right? They're made out of not robots.
Yeah, they're literally wads of sentient plant material.
I guess it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be uniform. I can make it kind of weird. Stop raining. Sun's trying to come out. Ash Brown, you thought about doing a comic series rugby for Coma? I don't know what that means. Doing like a daily. Pointy hat is great. Wait, what?
You weren't paying attention, so
It wasn't.
I was.
Oh, gotcha. I just found D&D Channel's Dungeons and Dad's Pointy Hat. I've heard both of them, yeah. I have not watched too much Dungeon Dad, but Pointy Hat. I've watched a bit of the Pointy Hat. We're just seeing a lot of them advertised. Tempting, but I wanted to know if there was something you wanted or had your eye on. Glad to know I haven't decided what to spend. I know that I've done art for quite a few guys, developing like D&D content and stuff. Like, and the Sagas Kickstarter is starting soon. I would check that out. I might be doing some more art for them. Right now, they're using a lot of my little sketches just to fill the book up. And that's OKSDM over there on their channel. If you haven't checked them out, definitely check them out. But they're building their own game system, which can be a lot of fun. So that's pretty cool. If you are looking for more D&D content, there's a lot of really good homebrew stuff out there for specific creatures. So
we are going to be playtesting OKSDM's system next week, right?
Next week, I think next Tuesday. Yeah, I don't think that will be streamed though, so I'm not sure. If that
okay.
That might just be for us to hang out, try it out.
Okay, I wasn't clear on that. I had foolishly assumed that it was going to be streamed.
He's doing a lot of live streaming, just trying different things. I think the next one that's coming up is Hilda. They're doing a Hilda game.
Yeah, I saw that.
I might watch that one. That's gonna be pretty exciting. Hilda's a fun little cartoon.
And Sagas is a neat little system.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I haven't played it yet. Been looking through it. I'm excited. I'm excited for our game.
Thank you, Corvus.
Mm-hmm. Think of Leshies like being like the Chowinga. What are they called again?
The Chowinga?
Yeah, the Chowinga.
Chowinga are essentially just little forest spirits, right?
Yeah. Which, what our Leshies are as well, so.
Yeah.
Both have a weird obsession with collecting little tiny things that are just useless. It's like, I have a button.
They have pixies like strapped to their arms and stuff. I have a D&D related question. Is racism wrong in fantasy settings? Well, racism is always wrong, but like content you'd like to see in Elder Scrolls and distrust of beast folk is one of my kingdoms in a D&D campaign. Yeah, I think you need to keep it in context is the thing.
Yeah.
And
Like
they did a big discussion about this with like the Drow. The Drow society runs off of subjugation and slavery. Like it just does. And so in the book, they're like, oh, Drow are evil. And it's like, well, now we're making even more assumptions about like, are all of the Drow that exist on board with Menzoberranzan's hierarchy and structure? And so that's where it becomes bad. Because you can definitely have stories where they exist, right? Like you don't just write them out of the existence of your stories, but you need to keep in mind that you can't bring bias to player characters. Players get to decide how their characters act and go from there. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is my personal opinion, and I think that I should state very clearly that this is only an opinion, and you should only ever actually like hear opinions, because we're dealing with moral philosophy here, so there are no like absolute rights or wrong answers. Like, we can pretty safely say that slavery is inherently wrong, but like what you're talking about basically is the context of bigotry, and
it probably exists. It
yeah,
probably exists in
like
your world.
that is unfortunately a part of the human condition, and certainly a part of human history, and in order to build a setting, like especially if you're building your own setting, in order to build a setting that feels real, you kind of have to put some of that into the world, right?
Yeah.
But like the question becomes specifically, how much do you want your players to have to deal with that?
Yep.
And
That's okay.
yeah, and my specific stance has always been, I don't ever want my players to have to deal with that. Like, I think it's an important thing to have in the background because it gives players something to play with morally, but I don't want anybody to be forced to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
So I always try to like leave it in the back, like only ever have it be ancillary in the background. And then if players want to react against it, then I have it available, but nobody is ever forced to.
I'm a big fan of never the system, but the people.
Yeah.
So I'll make humans that just hate goblins, right? Like, they just individual and characters just like, them damn goblins over there, I hate them. That's fine. But usually, like, my city states and my towns and stuff will just don't care. Like, there's no rules or laws against people, except undead. I always have them just hate undead, like, uniformly across the board, because I think it's funny. So, unless they, are a necromantic society.
Yep.
4 coma are like these short 4-panel comics. Oh, okay. I'd like to have more subtle mistrust and outright racism, like elves and others give Drow a side eye. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I mean, that's what a lot of the Salvatore books are like.
Yeah.
Is basically challenging the assumptions. Like, they'll find orc camps, and then people will just be like, "Oh, we have to get those orcs out of here." And then it's like, well, they're just people. Like, leave them alone.
Yeah. They're literally just farmers.
Yep.
I think in the
in
third book, Salvatore states specifically that Dritz's mentor is like, for the most part, orcs are just like normal people. They're like a little bit lazy, kind of willfully stupid, just like any other human or elf or anybody else. And unfortunately, part of that means that there's definitely a stigma against them. And part of that means that whenever a strong leader shows up, they're likely to follow.
Yeah. And the fact that they follow the Orcus.
Yeah.
Because he's so brutal.
You mean Grunt?
Yeah, whatever it is. I don't remember.
Only reason I'm correcting is someone will be like, actually in the chat or whatever. So
I'm pushing engagement. Correct me in the comments. But no, you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, like, just having a kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Confrontational deity doesn't help, because people will just automatically assume that all orcs follow them, and it's like, that's not the case. So
the thing that sorry, go ahead.
I was just reading comments here. Allow entry was because they had to steal from the king. Gotcha. Okay, so that's just part of your campaign. Never catch the stream, and I want to come back for a while. Love your work. Thanks, Kyle. I appreciate it. Gilly? I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Guille. Gilly? I'm gonna say Gilly. I think it's a bit necessary, but not having it in front and center. It's an accepting thing that certain places are xenophobic and certain tropes and things like tieflings can lead to a healthy conversation. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I said I don't want to remove it from my games, but I definitely don't make it. Like, I've had a few people start games about like being drow slavers, and it's just like, that's not. I'm not down for that.
Yeah,
I don't want to
same.
DM that game. So.
Yeah.
Same.
I've made a non-human maid disappear. Uh-oh. Oh, sorry. Gotcha. I need to make this guy look skinnier. I like those big leaves. Maybe I'll draw the big leaves. I like pleated shapes. I've not gotten a new video out yet for the Why You Should Play series. Instead, I've got the Korok stickers for Patreons next month. I want to get one more video out, so I might try really hard. But I got the Korok stickers, and I love them. They're great. I'm super excited for them. They look really good. Koroks are really fun to draw. I have my kobolds hate gnomes, even humans turn kobolds because lore. Even humans turned kobolds? Like, if you turn into a kobold, you just instinctively hate gnomes? Is that what you're saying? I feel like having certain areas be more confrontational or more monster-esque races give more opportunities for players to take the high road and prove those stereotypes wrong. Or murder them all. Yeah, I mean, there's always that problem. Like, I've had a few people start playing D&D, and like, you have goblins show up, and they're just like, "Oh, I get to kill the goblins, right?" It's just like, I mean, you could, you could talk to them and like, I'm just gonna kill them. It's like, okay. So it's definitely like built in there.
Yeah,
that people see monster races as kind of like just things to fight.
Yeah, the problem becomes that the more you play to stereotype, the more your players think they should play to stereotype, which can very easily lead to murder hobo territory.
Yeah. It's also one of the reasons I've very often tried to convince my players to play monster races. It's one of the reasons I like monster races, because you get kind of a different, unique interaction to the world. Like, it's not simply just, I'm a human in a human town. Like, people are going to stare at you. Whether or not they dislike you or just trust you is one thing, but like, if you are just out of place, you get that kind of isekai feeling where you're just like, you can't walk into somewhere without people being like, whoa, what is that guy? It changes the way the story is told, so I really like that.
Play a Minotaur.
Yeah, play a Minotaur. Humans turned into a kobold. I had a character who was a kobold from a human prince. Nice. I had a character that was a knight, and I was trying to make it seem like he was a prince, but then what it turned out was that the badger he was riding was a prince. They got turned into a badger. So that was a lot of fun. That was a hoot.
I tend to try to avoid like the permanent polymorph. This person got cursed and turned into a thing, because my tables had some problems with that in the past.
Bummer.
where things basically got out of hand. The backstory of the changed characters kept changing in front of my eyes until I literally no longer had control over my world.
That sounds excessive.
Yeah. Yeah. It's. I only bring it up specifically because like it's kind of something to be aware of. Like you need to know if you're going to be a GM, it's useful to know the types of things that your players will take and run with, and like absolutely. But like everybody has a trigger, right? And some of them are triggers that we love to interact with, and some of them are triggers that we like that absolutely turn us off. So you need to talk with your table and understand what everybody's triggers are, the ones that they love and the ones that are bad, and play accordingly.
Fair. Fair enough.
It always boils back down to communication.
Yep.
I don't know why I chose to put this guy in overalls, in cut-off overalls, but I did.
It's good frog clothes, I think. Rouge. That was supposed to be pretty gangly, so little twigs. I like having contrast between the tribal city of goblins and campaigns. Yeah, there's some fun stuff like with what was it? Rise of the Rune Lords. Essentially the goblins. There's just a bunch of goblin tribes around Sandpoint, and so they just exist. They just exist out there. But then all of a sudden they start interacting with the town, and that's where the players kind of jump in. And you get to see like the goblin heroes, and all these little things. And there's a huge contention of it because the goblins just kind of run amok, and like that's a localized event, which I really appreciate. So there's a handful of goblin tribes that you can learn about, and then you can kind of make your decision with like who and what you want to interact with, which I really like. I think a lot of fun doing that. But then as soon as you leave the area, like people don't care about goblins, so like, yeah, whatever. Dwarven Kingdom sounds pretty fun. I like sending my players to Dwarven Kingdoms, but that might just be my love for Tolkien. Industrious dwarves. Large booming cities. Every time I think of like elf cities, I just think of like giant hippie communes. Like, yeah, hanging out, whatever. We're immortal, we don't care.
I tend to go kind of more Tolkien. More Rivendell. Which I think in my case tends to turn out more like ritzy spa.
Okay, I can see that. I thought Lars had a pretty good take on an elven city, and then I discovered that it was just the mushroom cloud people from Mario RPG.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it was so fun.
I think depending on the type of elves. So for me, in the little home setting I worked on a while back, I had a group of I call them like tower elves.
Tower elves?
They're basically high elves.
Okay.
And they live in like magically, and like they use a lot of magic to build their really almost skyscraper cities.
Oh, that's cool.
They're
I
very
like that.
compact cities, but they're incredibly tall, using a lot of like wind and wind magic. And then
Lando Calrissian style.
Aw.
Hmm.
And then had a group of dark elves, who lived in a desert, but they have like a big shadowy bubble over the city.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So I ain't gonna lie, the dark elves are kind of based on like the Nightborn elves from Warcraft.
Oh, okay, yeah,
So
I was gonna
magic.
say, like, the
Magic Night Elves.
the bubble city thing I dig, yeah. Especially if you like, I think that's what Mercer did too, right? For the
Yeah,
drow.
Yeah.
it's it's kind of a common thing I've seen in some fantasy things where like if people need darkness, they'll put a shadow bubble over them.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea though. It's really cool.
Not exactly elf related, but I had a weird floating city that was like floating over a big massive crater where a star fell. Asteroid. It's where all the weird mages lived.
I'm not sure if I should tell you guys about my favorite wizard city that I built,
Uh-oh.
because you guys might
Wizard-
go there.
Oh.
That's fair.
It still
fine.
exists within your world.
I was gonna say, is it on our continent?
No,
Okay.
but that doesn't mean you can't get there.
Yeah, you just exploded on me.
Working fine for me. But when it explodes, I'm usually 10 seconds behind you.
Oh no, you killed the Dwarf King? That's not good. Hive elves are at the gate warm. The village will need more snacks. Hi elves, I gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Boo.
I love that joke.
I do find it interesting that places like Daggerford, where the Hive of Villainies live, diversity is greater than other more civilized cities. Yeah, I mean, I think that's part of it, right? Because, like, think about, like, Baldur's Gate is a good example of having a lot of variety, but even within Baldur's Gate, like, you don't see many Minotaurs or Goblins. Like, it's still, they kind of choose the people that they want to incorporate themselves with and then make a society around it. And so that's why I like playing monster races, because even if they have like a very open society, being a rarer race can lead to a lot of really fun interactions. Like it doesn't always have to be that like, oh, you're a goblin, so we hate you. It's just like goblins can be adventurers. I'm an ignorant idiot. Like that kind of stuff is fun. So, or what was the other one? Like Jump Rope played a drow. And what I had basically said is like there were no drow. Like there's just people don't see drow. So every time they saw them, people got like, whoa, that's awesome. And they got really excited about it. Instead of it being always a negative thing. It was more of a just like a novelty of just like, that's amazing. I've never seen somebody like that. Same thing with like Genasi. Yeah. I think Genasi should always be played like that. Like, why is your hair on fire? That's cool. Is your skin made out of diamonds? It is.
Dude, what spell did you use to get that mod?
Right.
Or who's your tattoo artist?
Yeah, that's a pretty cool tattoo. Yeah, it gives me the powers of the demons. Great.
Sick, dude. Where'd you get it? I was born with it. No way.
Pay 20 mental cools for some kind of tattoo. My eyes. Skip cat, what are you doing? I was trying to make a perfect dark reference, and now you're just up here being a nuisance. What's up? What's up, cat? Don't step on the keyboard. Okay, cat.
Not Tuna Tuesday.
It's Wagyu Wednesday.
Look, I love cats, but humans don't even deserve a Wagyu Wednesday. There's no way cats do.
Speaking of dwarves, my favorite seeds I've kind of conceptualized.
I really thought you were gonna make a Wagyu dwarven joke. I was waiting for it. Speaking of dwarves, they make really good beef. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's actually two of them. I had one that was like a mining outpost, and they end up digging up through a mesa. And so they decided to hollow out the mesa and like build a city like around it and everything. And the other one is
it's cute cat. Okay, you're done.
Dwarves. Oh no.
Get off. Get off the desk.
It's like, feed me, pet me, love me.
He's just screaming for tuna. Screaming for tuna.
And the other one is a dwarven city that's kind of like built in like a canyon.
Mm-hmm.
So like Grand Canyon, and so like they just kind of build all around the sides. And even that one I got most detail in. Like there's a section called the stitches, and the stitches are a series of, and it's in the poorer part of town where it's a series of rope bridges connecting to one side to the other.
Ooh, I like that. Good
Like
naming
stitches.
convention, yeah.
I mean, there are other bridges, but the other bridges are like very fancy, well-built, well-maintained stone bridges. These are like gotta be repaired like every other month.
Sorry, I missed that first part.
What
was being repaired?
It was the bridges.
Okay.
So one of the Dwarven cities I had actually conceptualized a poor part of the town.
Got it.
It's called the Stitches because rope bridges connecting from one side of the canyon to the other.
That's cool. I like that. That is a good idea. Kind of reminds me of this one video guy did about different types of goblins you'd see, like cave goblins, mountain goblins, and even cities goblins. I remember that video.
I think I know that video.
Yeah. It came out like right after my goblin video, and I got very upset about it. But it was a good video. So. Same with the Gith. They should be sites, should be rare sites. Yeah. Not a suggestion, but a draconic bloodline sorcerer, Earth Genasi, with precious metals and gems. I've seen one or two of those. That's pretty cool. Makes me wish the campaign didn't end. Had lots of fun stuff planned. Yeah, you can always keep your world though. Whenever you write a campaign, just because like if it stops or you finish that part of it, like the world you write still exists. Like you can still put new stories and stuff through it.
Yeah, you can always go back to it.
Mm-hmm. I basically have two different campaigns that I play with most of the time. And they're technically in the same world, they're just in different parts of the world. So
Yeah, that's what I've got going on right now as well.
Mm-hmm.
In a world that I have been converting from first edition Pathfinder to second. With your guys' help.
Hello. I rolled a 15, by the way. I've also heard this called Snake Timber. How about a big Yonti barbarian brawler dude? One with those snake tail and snake heads. More scary as we're headed into spooky month. Yeah, we do big snake, man.
Spooky season.
Yuan-Ti Abomination.
An abomination. What color are we doing here? A blur. It's all blue today. Maybe I won't suggest blue next time. Let's do that.
I should have drawn that floating magic frog and given Hammer the finger.
I think my music stopped again. I'm not sure what's up with this playlist. It plays like the same thing 15 times and then just stops playing. Pretzel Rock, you're letting me down. Sure, Final Fantasy music. Let's do it. Oh, see, that's smart. I like that. Draw the big frog hand. Is that supposed to be like a... I thought it was just a pop art thing, but now I'm looking at it and it might be a big B's hand type sitting there.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. That was the intention.
I forgot what I was drawing already. Ah, Yonti.
Yuan-Ti. Will it distract you too much if I roll now?
Yeah, go for it.
12.
Yonti Barbarian. Your drawing is amazing. I would love to see you draw a Kenku. Maybe I'll do that one. They might be talking about you, so why don't you draw a Kenku? There is no class. Maybe we put that one on hold. Or we let the chat
put that one on hold. I'll roll again since that one was meant for you. 6.
You're gonna be mad at me.
Uh-oh.
Because this week I removed the fan art rule to see if anybody would notice. I think only one person did. And it says, a Mayonene's soul knife.
I'm not mad.
Okay.
I'm not even disappointed. This is excellent.
I'm gonna draw a tiny Kenku, just because that one it wasn't a full descriptor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna draw a tiny Kenku, and then we'll just move on. I don't want to displease the dice gods.
Sounds good. Yeah, they are capricious for sure.
You say fan art, but wait until you get mine. Uh-oh.
I'm having fan art. I want to see.
Huey. I love murder.
How do you spell neigh? As in the horse.
Neigh, I believe. Mayo Nene.
Patty mayonnaise.
Patty mayonnaise. Forgot about patty mayonnaise. Quailman. Quailman made me start drawing comics as a kid. I can draw Quailman. Bird-themed comic books. Maybe Doug had more of an inspiration on me than I thought.
Maybe. Although your owl ladies are definitely sexier than Quailman.
Yeah. Something I always thought was funny. There's an episode of Doug. That show is very old, and I'm sorry if you don't know what I'm talking about. But Roger the bully was really, really good at art, and he was embarrassed about it. And I just always thought that was really funny. Because like Doug is supposed to be a good artist because he draws comic books, but Roger's just way better than him, and he hates it. And like that is hilarious. It's a good show. Can't remember. Do crows have the flutes on their tails, or is it straight? I always forget.
I think it's straight. I'm not sure.
And the one random blue person. Yeah, Skeeter was great. Chocobo Knight. Yeah, we could have done that. You got the flutes.
I don't have to do the whole centaur body, do I?
It's up to you. Bri actually called me out on that. I posted some not safe for work mayonnaise stuff in the chat. And Bri was like, hey, wait, why isn't this a centaur? Because I'm lazy. I didn't want to
I
draw.
only remember, were they ever a centaur? I just remember
the original thing was that they were a centaur lady unicorn thing. It was the original, but then I stopped drawing that because it's a pain in the ass to draw.
Yeah.
I will indicate it, but not draw the whole horse body, I think.
Kenku. No class. Can't go to Poncho.
I love it. It is so cute.
Done. Maybe I'll give it a little cross pattern or something.
What top clothing does mayonnaise usually have? Because I know I can't draw lady nipples.
I usually just don't draw anything. I leave it ambiguous.
Okay.
She ain't got a top, but she also ain't got no nipples because she's a deity.
Fair.
But off YouTube, mayonnaise. Yeah. So regarding my campaign, okay. Yeah, sorry, Tristan. I just generally don't read people's campaign stuff out on YouTube. I'll read it here in chat. I mean, I'll read it. I read it. just don't read it aloud. So, Legends of Astovalone. How do you pronounce that? Someone doesn't know who is the centaur. She's got a goddess skin suit. Yeah. Mayor Nenes is the Lord God of Slaughter. Per the chat. It was a random deity we made up a long time ago.
Yeah.
Back in our Twitch days.
Yep, back in our Twitch days. She's just fun
When
to
there
draw.
was a when there was a running meme that
We were a cult.
everything was a cult. Yeah.
I think this looks better without the purple. Apparently I can't undo it though. There we go. I got the hiccups. Why do I got the hiccups? What happened? Wang. Avasta Avalonelia. I'm really tempted by ad space at some point that does like the hot singles format, but instead of hot single Wendigos in your area. That's dangerous. That's a dangerous idea.
Yeah.
Bird is small. Yeah. Okay, back to the antique, which was supposed to be blue, I think. Gotta have the snake head. Monster lovers be like giggity. Yeah.
Don't put words in my mouth.
Straight monster lovers be like giggity. How's that?
I mean, mayonnaise was basically an excuse for me to draw sexy monster girls, so. I think people were trying to purposely make me draw, like, deranged furry stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like...
As the internet is wont to do.
Yeah, as the internet is wont to do. I was having no part of it. Can I give this snake googly eyes?
If that suits me.
I mean, all snakes deserve googly eyes. I'm glad they don't have them IRL because that would totally make me disregard the danger of, say, a cottonmouth.
You heard it here first, people. Go put googly eyes on snakes. Druid says so.
Yep. And I'm really a druid, so, you know, I'm clearly the authority on what you should do to nature.
You have some essential oils you'd like to peddle while we're at it?
No. Snake oil, though.
Spirit gum. Ooh. This is a spicy sausage.
Essential oils were only effective up until about 2020. After that, what was the new big thing? Crystal healing became the only effective medicine.
Tapir Folk Dream Wizard. I swear there's a name for that. It's like the...
It's Hypno. That's what it is.
Yeah,
It's
but
drowsy and
what is Hypno based off of?
The
Tapir.
No,
there's
it's based off of a
Baku?
specific Japanese
Baku,
yokai.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Baku, yeah. The tapir is because of our conversation and pictures that you sent me from the zoo, apparently.
I went to a zoo this weekend, and they had tapirs, and I didn't realize that they were the size of very large pigs. Like,
Yeah.
Small cow size.
Like,
I was just like, shit.
I was actually going to say that because you said like they're the size of cows. I'm like, what? And then you said tapirs. I was like, oh, yeah, like small cows.
Yeah.
About the same size as a large pony or a really big capybara.
Bigger than a capybara.
Yeah, they're like. Maybe like a small hippo?
Really?
Like, there was
Yeah,
a
they're-
lion. Yeah,
I
there was
thought
a
that
lion.
they were. I thought that they were kind of small compared.
Nope. Big. If I said, like, sow, you know what I'm talking about? Like, big mama pig?
Yeah.
That size.
Okay.
Like, could ride it and might kill you.
I think there were actually in Pathfinder 1 like tapir mounts. Or rules for using like basically saying that you could use a tapir as a mount for some characters. Because they're that big. Here you go, Truth.
Yeah, the big boys.
Yeah. They're still smaller than I expect. The Indian tapir is only barely larger than a capybara, I think.
Oh, that's weird that it's Indicus. Even though they're not in India. They're from Malaysia. The black and white ones are Malaysia.
Yeah.
Oh.
That one.
Oh.
Sorry.
The dice gods make you roll the furries plus humans are boring. Oh, plus humans are boring. I thought that was one phrase.
I don't know. I think humans are pretty exciting.
I'm genetically engineering a snake that highly venomous but is naturally googly-eyed.
Just making people want to touch it. It's like
There
pugs.
is a woolly tapir.
Is or there was?
Is. I mean, woolly, like, it has a lot more hair than a normal tapir.
Okay. Because like the
But-
term woolly tapir immediately makes me think of
Ice Age.
yeah.
It's a mountain tapir. I mean, tapirs are prehistoric animals.
Are there... What are...
I mean, they have a prehistoric heritage.
I was going to say, what
I mean,
animals are
they've
not
not
prehistoric?
changed.
Are there New World animals? Like, are finches New World animals? How's that done?
Yeah, I mean, there are some Galapagos Island finches that, yeah.
Well, there are New World tapirs and there's the Old World tapir.
Okay.
Yeah, but that refers to continents, doesn't it?
I thought it
In
did
that
with continents,
context?
yeah.
Because, most 3 of the tapir species live in South America and Central America.
Yeah.
One of them lives in the oceanic, like Southeast Asia. So like Malaysia, Myanmar, Thailand, Indonesia. So Southeast Asia on into the islands.
War armored capybaras.
I think they are the bigger ones.
Dragons made all the reptile races. Wouldn't that just make them all dragonborn then? I don't know what I've done here, but I think I've created something more. I guess it was supposed to be an abomination, so that's fine. If you got anaconda arms, when does the bicep stop and the muscle and the snake start? Or should you just have like regular arms with snake heads, hands?
I mean, I think I would argue that you don't even have the bicep.
Just snakes, just more snakes.
Yeah, just
Yep.
snakes. The arm muscles begin and end at the deltoid.
I want to make out with a big sexy man, but snakes. Excuse me? Just I want more snakes. I mean, I guess the same thing for Medusa, right? Big sexy lady, but more snakes.
I mean, yeah, kind of. Let's see, do I want to do the tentacle hair or not?
I'm a big fan of the tentacle hair.
Yeah, I think
It's up
it
to everybody's
helps.
interpretation. So.
I
I
imagine
don't know
someone
why
was.
I'm always so surprised how much a cast shadow makes a thing like pop out of the page.
Yeah. The Gorgonus face with snakes was actually I don't know what that word is. Apotropac? Yeah, I see. I don't know. Pike? Pig? And I was going to say apotropic, but that's not how that word is. It's supposed to be scary and hideous.
Gargoyles.
Sure. Imagine someone with snake arms just like from the shoulders, and their arms are constantly getting stuck behind spaces. Especially if they have python arms. They just wrap themselves up. I see someone saying that, but I've been all over the internet. Fair enough. Snake all the way down.
Yeah. It's just a snake with more snakes on it. There's no person.
I mean, that's my brother's worst nightmare. Who needs a Gary made-up monster when you just have snakes?
You guys do know snakes exist, right? That's how I feel about horses. I watched Nope, and like, he just walked into a dark horse stall, like at night. I'm just like, that's one of my biggest fears.
Just walking into a horse barn. Of course, I've done that as a kid. Like, going into a barn at night is just terrifying.
There could be anything in here. Probably nothing, but there could be anything in here. Vengeful cows.
I think at
bandits.
worst, the only thing I'm worried about going into the barn in the middle of the night is like running into a rat or a snake, chasing said rat.
Big old rats.
And maybe getting a bat in my hair.
Yeah. Attacked by bats.
I just saw the derp face on your snake abomination. That's amazing. It is legit amazing.
Not really meant to be sexy. Okay, Hedge Brown, got it.
You see them a lot on like shields and like
Gotcha.
Greek art.
Okay.
Like Athena's shield is supposed to have one.
Typhon, but instead of dragon, it's snakes. Typhon's a good god. Greek father of monsters. Okay.
And his wife is echidna.
What really scares you is when horses start talking to you. Yeah, don't trust horses, man.
Especially
you don't
ones
like
that are
Mr.
smart enough
Ed?
to talk.
I don't trust Mr. Ed.
Yeah, me neither.
So strange.
Mr. Ed was a dude. A horse addicted to peanut butter.
I think that's how they got to move its mouth.
It was.
Was I think I learned it from the Dr. Dolittle movie.
Probably. Hey, which came first, Dr. Dolittle or Mr. Ed?
Well, I mean like the Eddie Murphy Dr.
Oh,
Dolittle
got it.
movie.
I think Dr. Dolittle came first because it was a book before it was any sort of movie
There was
adaptation,
an
wasn't
old.
it?
There was an old black and white movie. Real old.
Yeah, but like I'm pretty sure it was a book before it was even
Yes.
that.
Yeah, it was.
Are you sure it's black and white? I remember a color version. There may have been
Well,
a
There
version
have
before
there
that.
have been many adaptations.
Yeah.
I know of at least 4 different adaptations.
That could be why I'm scared of horses, because Kelpies are just a Kelpie barn. Yeah, exactly.
You don't like a water horse that has like glue skin?
Yeah, it's essentially a mimic, but also a horse. Not great.
I'm really excited for the Nucklevy encounter planned for you guys.
The first one was 1967. So that would be color. I'm pretty sure that's color.
Yeah, because that one was more like the book than like the Eddie Murphy one.
It had Richard Attenborough in it.
Was he a kid?
I mean, he's real old.
But did you say Richard Attenborough?
Yeah.
Is that Sir David Attenborough's father or something? Because David Attenborough is the one who's still
No.
alive.
Richard Attenborough is the one that was in Jurassic Park.
Oh.
His brother.
Huh.
Oh, that's why they have such great voices.
It was actually, the first movie was adapted by the writer of the book series.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was adapted by someone from, I just read that wrong, by Hugh Lofting. The Story of Dr. Dolittle, which was written in 1920. Wow.
Yeah, I believe it's technically a classic. Oh.
Included
Thanks,
a
Jump Rope.
talking blue and yellow macaw named Polynesia, a chimpanzee named Chi Chi, a dog named Jip, and a piglet named Gub Gub.
Gup, gup.
That's a goblin name? Racist?
It was like a whole series of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember in the movie, I think it has a lot more to do with the books, because there's like the whole giant sea slug, sea snail thing that they ride home on. And then Dr. Dolittle rides home on Mothra. No, I'm joking. It's
Yeah.
literally a big giant moth. He just hops on and flies to London.
It does look like Dr. Dolittle beat the talking.
I'm sorry. Mr. Ed beat the talking horse thing. That's a weird
Really?
sentence by a few years.
Yeah.
1961.
Well, that's what I
Because
get.
it was
That's what I get for making an assumption.
Yep, 6 years. All hail Gub Gub.
There's also an owl named Tutu. Also, Gub Gub makes a great Shuni name.
Shooties are fun. Don't they have like a bonus to fishing?
I don't know. I haven't even looked at them seriously because I'm just like, I don't want to be a pug.
You can look in two directions at once.
And you have the special ability to not be able to breathe through your nose.
Yep. You
These two
take
characters that start
-2
with
to your
blue,
stealth
right?
checks.
Unless you hold your breath.
So we started playing Baldur's Gate 3 again, and I'm playing a wizard. And we have a wizard and a bard and a ranger and a fighter. And we
Rangers.
keep getting our butts handed to us.
No clerics.
No clerics. We might have to start over. I don't know. What's the best wizard? Kind of want to go like a buff.
Abjuration wizard.
Abjuration. Abjuration still seems like hyper overpowered and very strange to me.
Yeah, I like transmutation wizard.
How's it?
Although that's just in kind of like 5e. I have no idea how it translates to Baldur's Gate.
Pathfinder.
Or no, Baldur's Gate.
Abjuration was the one that gets to roll 2d20s at the beginning of the day, right?
No,
No.
that's divination.
Divination. Which abjuration is it? Shield magic?
You
Protected?
get shield. Yeah, shield magic.
Maybe I'll switch to abjuration.
Well, not just shield magic, but like just overall protection type spells.
I could try that.
It's
That could be
also
fun.
it's also the counter spell school. It's blue magic.
Gotcha. I do hate blue magic. I wanted to do like an ice wizard, so I went evocation. It's just ice knife is basically all I have. Ice knife has some chromatic
Oh,
orb.
yeah.
I was like,
Yep. Not enough spells.
I think it's like fire, then lightning,
Yeah.
then ice.
Yep. Lots of fire and lightning spells. Which lightning's cool. Lightning used to be my go-to, but I think I'm done. I don't know what I'm doing with this. Snake has gotten away from me a little bit.
I love it.
Blah. He's very strange. Best wizard in 5e is Blade Slinger or Scribe. Cosmic
Scribe is
Bookman.
pretty good.
What does the
I've
Scribe
never
get to
been-
do?
Interested in Blade Singer.
You seem that so like I better not say this out loud.
Yeah, I'm sorry if that's how it came off. Like, I have no problem saying it out loud. I just didn't want to talk over anybody, but I wanted to finish my thought.
I missed it. It was too quiet.
Sorry. I've never been interested in the Blade Singer as a class.
I really want to play a battle wizard. It seems fun. But I get one-shotted by everything. Even with a high constitution. Just don't have enough hit points.
Well, you only have a d6 of hit points.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
I guess when you get the chance to take a feat, take the toughness feat. If that's an option.
Yeah, I might have to. Gish is fun.
Maybe you need to play as a transmutation wizard.
Maybe.
Yep.
I'll have to try some stuff.
They've got some abilities that let you increase HP, right?
I don't know, maybe.
Polymorph.
I know Abria Iyengar in the I think she was playing a transmutation wizard, and like in
It's either
the
that-
Calamity campaign, and she was the character. Despite being a full wizard, she had almost twice as much AP as anybody, or HP as anybody else in
I'll
that
look at that.
campaign.
I'll look at that tonight. All right, I rolled a 14. Please draw a grunged illithid warlock. Thank you. Tentacle frog.
She was a abjuration wizard.
Abjuration, okay.
Abjuration. All right, I will try abjuration then.
Yeah.
Give that a
I
go.
think she actually said that she even took like the toughness feat.
Couple lives on warlock for armor Vagathus. Armor Vagathus is pretty cool.
Or just take the Eldritch Adept feat if you're playing in D&D and take armor or shadows.
I am very upset with mage
Sorry,
armor.
Rook, I'm really encroaching on you here.
No, that's all right. I really wanted mage armor to like improve with a higher spell casting or something, and it just doesn't. So it's just like very boring.
Well, that's how it is with D&D, ain't it?
Yeah, it's yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's just like mage armor is just always kind of lackluster. Gotta take that one level in fighter so you can have heavy armor. That's really probably
Well,
what
like,
I should
that
do.
Like the max armor, like AC you can have in like D&D is like 20. So
Yeah, my friend got like 26 or 27. I'm just like, you're invincible. Like nothing can hit you. You're gonna be fine. It was pretty bonkers. I feel like I've drawn a bunch of joke characters today. Maybe that's
I
my
mean,
fault. Maybe
you
I
kind
need
of
to,
have.
maybe I need to take this one a little more seriously.
The dice gods don't care. I assume. They haven't seemed to so far, I should say.
Scribe can cast spells remotely through their familiar and change the damage type. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Transmutation is arguably the worst due to most being roleplay dependent. Drive duration. Oh, yeah.
D&D is a role-playing game, so
Derptopus.
Transmutation is cool because of the transmutation stone
Mm-hmm.
that wizards get, where every time they cast a transmutation school spell, they can basically swap an ability. They can
mhm.
give themselves advantage for, or is it advantage or is it proficiency in Constitution saving throws?
I'm googling.
They can do a couple other things as well.
Yeah, I know it helps. It actually gives you a bit of healing, I believe.
I think
It's,
it has a few options that you can do with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty well rounded in my opinion, and I like that it gives just a little bit of flexibility that I find really cool.
So you can get dark vision up to 60 feet. You can increase your speed by 10 feet while the creature is unencumbered. You can get proficiency in Constitution saving throws.
Gotcha. Okay.
Resistance to acid, cold, fire, lightning, or thunder damage, your choice when you choose the benefit. Later
That's
on,
cool.
you can use it to raise dead without needing the spell or spell slot.
It's a philosopher's stone. That makes sense.
Oh yeah. You can have it remove all curses, diseases, or poisons. And you can have it restore youth.
Sweet.
Did Caleb ever turn back the clock on Jester's aging?
I don't think. I think that was actually a permanent thing. I don't think it. If they did, I don't think it worked because of the weird Stonehenge they found.
Yeah.
And it's and you roll 3d10 with a minimum of 13 years.
Did the Guac Gator Wizard make it on the list? I think that was on last week's. Let me see if it's on this week's. Did you put it on the new suggestion this week? Doesn't look like it's on the list this week. I remember seeing it last week. Sorry, I got really distracted there.
You're good. The more time you give me, the more likely I am to be able to move this out of the way so you can actually have a little bit of space.
Illusion is way too dependent on the DM playing it straight and not metagaming. Yeah.
Yeah.
A pseudo-philosopher's stone does turn back time biological age per rules. You just have to look younger. You will still die of old age the same way. Oh, okay. Interesting. That seems like it's the opposite of what it should do. That being said, like if you're an alchemist wizard like me, there's lots of ways for you to not die, so who cares?
Yeah, yeah.
What do you mean my casual free action isn't immortality? That's stupid.
Don't you know who I am? I want to talk to the manager.
I reread
Give me the God of Magic. On the
Hitchhiker's
phone
Guide
now.
over the last week. Magic Thighs is still one of my favorite characters. Starting Bart fast.
There we go. I think that's mayonnaise.
There you go. It's pretty good. You got the horn. Got the hair. Soul knife. It's acceptable. I should just draw mayonnaise and do like one of the draw this in your style things on Instagram. Of which I'm sure like 5 people will see it.
Raise the mayonnaise.
I've had a lot of success with like illusion wizards, but it's a lot of the DM kind of like using illusions against undead. You really have to play it out as the DM.
Yeah.
But I think one of the easiest ways to get around that is like as a DM, you have to be okay with
not finishing a combat. Like, I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with. It's like, combat doesn't end until everything dies. And it's like, no, combat can end all kinds of different ways. You really have fun with it. I always like combat ending with a bribe. Just like, I'll give you 50 gold to just leave. I was like, oh, okay. Run, combat ends, yeah. YouTube just reminded me I'm a mod and should be doing my job because having a good little community that doesn't need a lot of moderation means I'm not doing enough. You're doing fine, Burning. Thank you. You don't have to be doing that stuff. I give you the possibility of doing it if it becomes viable. I think I gave you mod privileges so you could promote your stuff. Because then I don't have to do it.
Yeah.
I'm lazy.
The nice thing is that despite all of the previous talk about or that we used to experience about starting cults in the chat, this community is pretty chill, so that's nice.
Yeah. The fastest way to make the chat talk about something is to tell them that they're not talking about it. Keep that in mind.
Chat can take the compliment and still be chill, right? Right.
You already fucked it up. That can has been opened.
All right. What does a 2 get me?
Chubby old Slavic woman having a strong psychic aura around her. Her eyes sometimes reflect spirit. I don't know what that is.
Old Russian grandmother.
Yeah, old Russian grandma, I guess. It's not really a D&D character or a fan art, I don't think.
I think it's Baba Yaga fan art.
Could be. I'm down with that.
Also sounds like the iconic for the spiritualist class. 1E.
Is it time for Eat the
very...
Rich Rook? Maybe. I think we're getting there.
I'm already there.
Babushka Scion. That could work. Let me begin the 3-hour TED Talk on the history of anthropomorphic pornography. Go for it. Not in chat, but go ahead and you can go do that. I'm not going to stop you.
Let's nod and say we did.
Starts with the ancient Greeks and Egyptians.
My opinion, there should always be an alternative win condition for the combat. Yeah, exactly. Early level combat can be ended with a sleep spell. Yeah. I don't know if you could. You'd be pretty hard pressed to pick up somebody with a sleep spell. It's like loud noises and slapping them would wake them up.
Yep.
So I'd allow you to try, but I challenge anybody to pick up a sleeping goblin and not get bitten. Sorry, was that Corvus?
Said we managed it when we were fighting Chimney Man, who's putting us to sleep.
That's true.
Yeah, but 2E actually has pretty forgiving rules for.
When you
sleep.
use them correctly.
It wasn't the sleep that I fucked up. It was the death effect.
Yeah.
It was much literal. It was
stacking
literal curse.
death. Yeah, it was stacking death curse. If I punch you 3 times, you explode. It's like, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Only if you critically fail.
Here you go, Druid.
Oh wow, someone already made it. Is that the iconic one?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Her name is Estra. And the ghost is her old boyfriend.
All right.
I mean, she didn't bring him back. He kind of came back on his own.
What does TBF mean? To be frank?
I believe so.
Or total bullfuckery?
I like that one more.
Get it, Astra. Depends on how intelligent the players are. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's always, you don't have to like have like one of my favorite things about D&D, I'll say it this way, is that if somebody comes up with a better idea than I came up with, I'm gonna use it. Like, I've had like very complicated puzzles laid out and traps, and then someone will say something and I'll be like, yep, that's it. Because it's just like, that's much better than what I had, and I think that's more entertaining, so good job. Like, I think it's great. To be fair, okay. Sounds like a lesser version of the anime character. She strikes you twice in the same body part and you die. Was that a Bleach character? Or Naruto?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
The Bleach head of the assassins.
She had like a little ninja or
Division.
something.
And her sword later on turned into a literal rocket launcher, and she's like, I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't like this. This is not a weapon for an assassin. I hate it.
It's literally her thoughts on the whole thing. It's like, I hate this.
And I hate you for making me show it to you.
Is that the lady that turned into a cat?
No.
No.
It's the lady that was in love with the lady that turned into a cat.
Gotcha.
Yep. Boy Fong.
For an assassin, wouldn't you think 2 hits would be terrible? Wouldn't you just want one and done? Yeah, you think so.
Yep.
Double tap.
Well, if she is capable of striking you twice in the exact same place, within 1/10 of a second, then there's not much of a difference.
Yeah.
And it's a guaranteed kill.
Still, it's a 2-button tap. Not efficient.
Well, the thing is, she's aware it's inefficient.
Yeah.
The whole thing is like, yeah, my sword sucks.
What if it's a monk subclass? Have to hit him in the same place twice to insta-kill you, regardless of the power of the enemy. It's like
Yeah.
it's like those Pokemon moves that like always put you at 1 hit point. Just like,
Yeah.
go level 1 Caterpie, take the giant Gyarados blast. Good job.
Yeah, because I believe she could, if the person was weak enough, she could still easily kill them in one hit.
Yes,
I think I'm done with this frog boy.
Oh, I forgot his. Hold on a second.
a little frog. It does have very strong cuttlefish vibes.
Yeah, it does. Because if you take a frog and a cephalopod and mix them together, you get a cuttlefish.
Blah. Imagine that being a feature for monks when you need. Yeah, you'd have to roll the same number twice in one turn. I mean, I'm okay with that. There's because we used to do with Pathfinder used to have their critical confirmation.
Yeah.
So you'd have to like if you have to hit 15 for the AC, you'd have to roll 20. That's a crit. But then so it automatically hits, and then the next stage was roll again, and if you're above 15, then you do double damage. And then we always had the table rule that if you roll again, just for the shit of it, and you roll a 20, you insta-kill the creature. And that's only ever happened once, I think, in my entire time of playing. I have had the same person roll 3 ones in a row, which has killed his character twice. That was really funny.
Were you playing with the rules that if them and the creature and any creatures next to them immediately die?
No, it was Kevin the Necromancer, and he was trying to make a saving throw for his corpse companion, and the corpse companion rolled 3 natural ones, and we were just like, well, he's dead. He just gets eaten by the ooze. But I have not played with detonation. Is that what you want to call it?
Yeah.
Player detonation. It is 1 o'clock. I'm gonna take a quick break, refill my water, and yeah, I'll be right back, everybody. Hang tight. We're gonna go to the money zone and run some ads while I take a quick 2 to 3 minute break. So if you're not a member, enjoy the ads. If you are a member, hang out with Corvus. True. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Be right back, everybody. Hang tight.
So my Google journey for character reference for this led me to a picture of like it looks like it's probably like a Slavic meme, but it's like it's a old baba going like saying you need to eat more, and I was just like, ooh, mix in a little hag, and that can like I can make that real menacing. I also kind of really like how there's like this stereotypical aesthetic of tons of clothes, which I realize that is a weird sentence to hear me say, but there's so many clothes to the point where it gives it this very stereotypical sort of stereotypical is the wrong word. It gives this very interesting shape. And I can play a lot with the kind of the hunch of it and the layers of fabric.
And how else are they going to keep warm in cold Eastern Europe?
I mean, seriously, if I lived there, even I would not object to clothing. Wouldn't be happy about it, but I wouldn't object to it.
I don't think there's any ectoplasm spells in second edition.
I don't think I've seen any.
Because the spiritualist got a lot of ectoplasm spells. Oh, there is. Ectoplasmic expulsion. Oh, boo. Never mind.
Okay. I'm back.
Welcome back. Not coloring. This is going to be a bad idea.
I mean, you could color if you want.
Nah, it'll take too long. I wanna. I think I want to refocus. I'm gonna keep it sketchy.
Okay. Here we go. Where did I roll?
A 9.
A young nomadic human woman pioneer of Arcana. Thurgy wizard? What is Thurgy? Thaumaturge?
So Thurgy, if it's what I think it is like they are an arcane and like divine caster at the same time.
Oh. That's
So like a religious wizard or a arcane cleric.
A Theurge, I think.
Yep.
It's the Pathfinder class. And I believe it was basically a paladin, but with more spell slots.
Gotcha.
And less martial stuff.
Oh, cleric. That's
Not-
not a dig at you, Jared. I promise.
Yeah, no. Not that many spells. Or that
Okay.
much martial stuff.
Cleric with extra steps, yeah.
Yeah. It's a slightly different class in first edition Pathfinder. It's interesting, but it did not look fun to me.
Yeah. I think it's one of the classes, prestige classes from 3.5 that they ported over.
See if we can draw a person. The dice gods like to do this kind of stuff. Now you're drawing like old Baba Yaga lady, and I'm drawing a young, like Roma girl.
Yeah.
We'll see how this works out.
2 of the 3 aspects of the witch. 2 of the 3 faces of Hecate.
Quick, suggest a mom.
Yeah. John, welcome in. Elvin here. Cleric. Yeah. I think we figured it out. I've played an arcane cleric before. What would make cleric more fun? If you also need int. What's everybody doing this week? Anything fun?
Hanging out with my friends Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not you all. Different friends.
Aw. You
That was
have
my
other
assumption until
friends?
Druid said that.
I was like, wait, I need to specify. Yes, where I didn't get to do anything for my birthday with my friends, that we finally managed to get some time together and hang out. So
Good. I am
hopefully it's
working
just me
hard
that's
on my
fun.
drawing. Yeah. I'm not really doing anything special. I'm just working hard on my drawing this week and gonna finally set up social media for my art.
Religion is an intelligence skill, so wizards and artificers normally know more about religion than clerics. Yeah. I think the way I've always rationalized that in my mind is that it's the knowledge of religions, which is a like a skill, a learned
Academic.
skill, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Academic.
it's an academic thing.
And so what I'll do though is if someone is a cleric, like they're always proficient with religion, but I'll always give them advantage if it's their religion. That's usually how I balance it out.
Yeah, I tend to balance it slightly differently. I try to think of it as the cleric gets probably unique emotional insight into the faith, whereas the wizard is just going to get the kind of esoteric sort of knowledge of like the academic sort side of things.
I mean, I know a lot of Christians that know jack shit about every other religion.
Yep. I mean, same.
I mean, granted, I always, if I do ever make a click, I always do kind of give them a bit of intelligence anyways, because I always think of clicks as being like learned. So, like, they're not
Depends
like
on your religion.
paladins or champions, like who kind of just feel because of their charisma, but like, I don't know. I feel like clerics should be like are more trained in their background than like muck about with like feelings and everything like that.
I don't know. The more I learned about the religion in which I was raised, the less I was prone to stay within that religion.
I was gonna say.
You weren't raised in a D&D religion, so I know maybe
That's
it's
true.
different.
That is true. It would be interesting to have the opportunity to pray to a deity that did actually
Talk back
like,
to you.
yeah, like in a way that could be actually quantified and justified.
Rook and Druid, what do you think is a better starting class in Baldur's Gate 3, Sorcerer or Cleric? Do you have a Cleric in your party already?
I have not been playing Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah. The Sorcerer's pretty strong, but like, you really need support in that game. So like, yeah, War Domain Cleric is really powerful. Oh wait, hold on. But doesn't believe in their god and can be unavailed. So to him, they're not worthy of worship. That's just a fighter. It's just a fighter.
With way too many extra steps.
Yeah. Gorgon Street Brawler whose touch petrifies foes. I don't know the game.
My smart-ass question to that would be, do you mean the metal bulls, or do you mean like historic Gorgons?
Yeah.
Which in this case would be a Yuan-Ti abomination.
Yep. Or just the Medusa.
Yeah.
It's on the list.
Why you should play Medusa?
There was a...
Did I do a Gorgon? I didn't do a Gorgon video yet, have I?
I don't think so.
I know I think it was a Blood Rager. There was a bloodline for Blood Ragers that was a Medusa bloodline.
That would be pretty cool.
Yep, so you kind of get like stony, scaly skin, and I think later on you can petrify people.
Yeah, Sorcerer's really powerful in Baldur's Gate, but like if you're playing by yourself, then you're gonna have a fighter and a cleric really early on, so I would do that. But
yeah. Or if you want more healing, be a druid, or
is a
another
druid a
cleric.
better healer? Because like,
No. I mean just access to more spells,
yeah.
healing spells.
Healing in addition to having the cleric in your party.
Yep.
my light cleric was a beast. Real good.
Blinding people and setting them on fire.
Snake hair dude. Okay. A fighting game where you could petrify people with touch is probably a little OP. A Sub-Zero could kind of do that.
Get over here. I mean, not Sub-Zero, but
Close enough.
Scorpion.
they're basically the same. They might as well just be clones of each other.
They are.
That's how they started. We need an NPC ninja. We need a lot of NPC ninjas. Let's just make the same one, give them different colors.
What
Yep.
were all of them? You had Sub-Zero, Scorpion, Venom, Smoke. No, Smoke was different. Maybe Smoke and Venom were the different ones. I think that was one with acid, right?
Yeah,
Think
I
so.
remember one that had that spat a stream of acid. as a finisher to dissolve the flesh off of an opponent.
It is about 2 o'clock, so I think this will probably be my last one. It's 1:30.
Yeah, I'm wrapping up too.
Oh, I forgot to write down what this one was.
Reptile.
Reptile, that's right.
Reptile, yeah.
Human
He used the green one, right?
thaumaturge.
And Ermac? Question mark.
I don't remember Ermac. The
Me
name sounds
neither.
familiar, but not the
I don't know.
character.
I never played that much Mortal Kombat.
Same.
Fighting games were not really my steez.
Was Ermac the robot? I thought Smoke was the robot. But I don't remember what his powers were. He was a red telekinetic ninja. Oh, okay. That's Rain. Smoke was the robot, by the way. Okay, good. Smoke was turned into a robot. Cyrax and Sector. Man, there were way more than I remember.
Too many.
Medusa Bloodlines. That sounds pretty awesome. For those of you that didn't get your stuff drawn today, we will be drawing again on Friday. So there's another opportunity there. We'll keep the same list, so don't worry about it. Was Rain a water based? It was like blue, right? The choices are War Domain and Draconic Sorcerer, but the cleric backstory is the cleric I want to play in D&D, and I believe the best way to worship your god because his god is the battlefield. Then I think that's the same.
The verbal god.
Yeah, I
Ball.
think that's fine. Like we've talked about the atheist cleric, right? Or the agnostic cleric. I can't remember what it was. Funny idea. But the conspiracy is they're trying to go around proving that the gods don't exist.
And I like the idea of a philosophy with a cleric, but I'm a nerd, so
Yeah.
nerd with an actual college degree. So
Yeah, see, no, but like that to me wouldn't be a cleric, that'd be a wizard. I kind of think it's important that a cleric should actually receive their power from a deity. Otherwise, they're not really a cleric.
Yeah.
that's fair.
That's kind of my argument against the I'm a cleric, but I worship myself. It's like, how are you giving yourself powers?
Yeah. I do like I theoretically like the idea of like strong belief giving power, but I prefer a system in which it takes generations for that power to manifest.
Look all
It's
little,
one of the reasons
all
why I
fish.
like it's one of the reasons I like the second edition Pathfinder bone magic for the lizard folk
Lizard folk.
bloodline. Yeah, like their society seriously reveres their ancestors to the point of worship, and like that is the thing that gives them access to the ancestral bone magic, and I think that that's very I like that. I like that it's generations of belief across like an entire culture that provides that kind of power. I don't think any one person should have the power to just make believe themselves into that kind of divine magic.
Yeah, I agree.
I guess for me, if I was to use like the kind of philosophy cleric thing, I would use just the like how Ebron has the gods set up. So in Ebron, no one knows that the gods are real. Like even celestials, like angels, they're like, you know, we were kind of just here. We think they're real, but we don't know.
Interesting. That's interesting.
And so there's actually like a matter of like faith when it comes to clerics, because if you don't believe it, you ain't gonna get your powers.
And I think there is also something to be said about like the like ritual casting, right? Like you could academically like pray to Saren Ray in the proper way and get some effect. I think that's totally fine. I think the benefit of like the cleric is, and the way I always talk to people about it is like clerics don't really prepare their spells. They just pray to their deity, and the deity gives them what they need for that day.
Yeah.
And so I like that aspect of it too. So like clerics are just kind of going along with the plan, versus a wizard, which is doing lots of preparation. And that's why clerics are spontaneous casters. It's like, oh, yep, I need to heal some people.
Clerics aren't spontaneous casters.
Uh
Oracles are.
oh. What am I thinking of?
Clerics are prepared casters.
In Pathfinder, clerics can swap out all of their spells for healing spells.
Yeah, at any point.
At any point, and I think that's why I was confused.
Yeah. Because like on the little
they cast their healing spells as if they were spontaneous casters. In first edition.
Because like healing is based on their healing or harm spells are based on their charisma mod.
Yeah.
So they have like at least maybe 2 or 3 free castings of those that are automatically leveled.
Yeah, so in first edition you prepare all your spells and then you can dump any of them for healing spells, which is I always really like it.
So like a smite.
Yeah.
But for
essentially,
healing.
Yeah. You don't have to prepare any healing spells.
Yeah.
But you do have to prepare everything else. You're correct.
From what I understand, I think they're actually getting rid of the charisma requirement for healing and harm.
Yeah, I don't know. Because like the weird thing about that was the charisma also gave you your number of channel. So it was always kind of a benefit to just take some charisma. And that made clerics hard because they were like, you need wisdom and end-to-end charisma if you're going to do it.
Yeah. Now it's just you only, like, your spellcasting stuff is purely based on wisdom. Like, even your healing, it comes from, like, the things you add to the numbers is your healing, your wisdom mod. But, like, the number of healings you have access to for free is your charisma mod.
Okay. Yeah, that feels a lot more like the channel.
Yeah. Because your channel is healing and harm.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
I've not yet played a second edition cleric. Really should though. I probably will here in the next coming months. Give her a big old tone.
Have I gone too far off the rails?
No, I think
I
you're
don't
good.
think so.
I think I'm running on Steam though, so pretty quick. Here's a weird idea. What if a cleric got the powers based on the number of followers they have? Why not open the door to the cult leader cleric? Because then you'd be a warlock.
Yeah.
And like, I like that idea, Cosmic. I think that's a good way to to challenge it. But then the thing is, like, do you only get experience when you gain more followers? Like, how are you as the DM balancing the amount of power you're giving them based on followers? Because then you could just have someone in the party be like, I believe in you, 6 spell levels worth. And it's like, okay, that's not cool. It's the same problem with like the wishmongers. Like, where are they getting their magic from? And in that case, it's supposed to be like the inherent power of people letting you grant wishes. Which is, it's pretty weird. It's hard to wrap your brain around. And you just have to be careful with it. But you can do that stuff. I always saw clerics as impromptu warlocks is how they get their magic. Yeah. Like, they're getting their magic from a deity. And so it's just like, which I think the one I really like is kind of like the Red Priest from Game of Thrones, where he hates his deity, but the deity is just like, no, you're doing stuff. You do this. And so he gets the power, but he doesn't like to use it. And he only uses it when he has to. And so the deity keeps putting him in situations where it's like, oh, time to use my power. And he's like, I don't like this. I hate it. I hate it a bunch. And I kind of like that idea. I can't see any of my comments but my own. I can't see any comments but my own. And I tried to tell you what my cleric got. It's not what you think. Huh. I don't understand what that sentence means. Go up in a level for every church that practices your faith. That could be funny.
If you're having problems with the YouTube chat,
I can't do anything about it.
yeah, everything seems to be good for me. It's probably on your side, unfortunately.
Yeah. It's technically possible. I saw you talking about like your cleric worshiping the battlefield, which I think is fine. But once again, like, as long as you're just following the rules for them gaining power, that's fine. Like, I think that's fine. They're still putting their dedication into it, but at that point, it is just a fighter. Like, I think you'd probably have a better time if you went fighter and then fighter or paladin, and just went through like a dedication build. What is it? The War Priest? War Priest is a really fun build for Pathfinder 2. You might want to look at that. That could be a lot of fun. Because I could definitely see like just going the Caden Killian route, or there's a few other gods of fighting that you maybe don't have to worship them specifically. You just have to be really good at fighting, and they would give you their power, their boon. Ilmater, yeah. Technically possible for mortals to ascend, but gods don't just share power and will take actions against threats to their power. That's true too, yeah. Gods are just the 0.1% of mortals who stamp them down. It's kind of funny. Stamp down other mortals. Yeah, there are a lot of mortals that started, or a lot of gods that started as mortals in D&D.
Like the happy drunk Caden Kalian.
Yep. And there are rules set out for being like paladins and clerics that essentially just are their own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I see a lot of people pick that because then they're like, oh, and my favorite weapon is the two-handed triple battle axe that gets 5d12 damage. And it's like, okay, now you're just min-maxing the min-max. And I think that's abusing the game. So I generally look down on it. It's like, no, I want you to pick a deity and I want you to enjoy it. And so that's why I would much rather you, if you want to go that route, still pick a deity to base off of it that is similar enough. Just so you're not tempted to just bamboozle the game.
Just don't pick a deity that gives you a bola as your divine weapon.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
I am being mean and picking on Rook.
Yep. No, Grandmother Spider, Pathfinder. It's a bola. It's a bad weapon.
I will let you pick dagger if you wanted.
Look, just because you have never had an opportunity to use it to full effect doesn't mean it's necessarily a bad weapon.
Yep.
I will say a bad weapon is the blowgun. Does 1 point of damage.
Just 1 point.
I agree.
It's meant for distributing poison. It's not meant to do damage.
Then don't let it be a god's weapon.
All right.
I think we'll be a cleric of mayonnaise. That's a good question, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hold on. If you want to be a cleric of mayonnaise, I think you would 1, have to kill a lot of people. 2, use a spear. 3, wear the skull of a unicorn on your head. That's it. That's all it takes. Just lots of unicorn murder. All right, I think that's about it. I think that's where we're going to call it.
Yep. I'm done. Already posted
Oh, okay.
all of my 4 drawings.
Gotcha. Let me get a little sketchy here.
I had fun with the spirit aura, though.
Yeah, that looks really good. I'm going to have to figure out better backgrounds. Which, I mean, that's kind of my process with this week. This thing I'm doing. Because it's new. I'm not used to drawing backgrounds.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to finish up my commission today or tomorrow. I'm going to try to finish up a video, which I wanted to get out before the end of September, but I doubt it. I might, who knows, but I doubt it. We got some work to do, and then we're going to be trying to take more commissions next week. So if you'd like to get something commissioned, let me know. The otter stickers are still available. If you'd like to order them, you can get them from my website. There's a link down below. And beyond that, I think that's it. I think that's all we have. We'll be back on Friday for more sketches, more drawings, and more good times. So thanks for hanging out today, everybody. That's all I got. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep your dust on the table, and we will catch you all next time. Bye, everyone.
Bye.